extreme road challenges pushed oversized transport vehicles and heavy equipment to their limits. Massive trucks teetered on the edge of deadly cliffs, squeezed through impossibly tight spaces. These high-risk operations required unmatched skill, precision, and nerves of steel as drivers tackled the most dangerous conditions imaginable. How did they conquer the impossible? Because a tiny mistake could have led to disaster. The most insane and dangerous road challenges in heavy equipment transit had to be seen to be believed. So stay tuned. This red crane wasn't swimming. It was getting a free ride. The tugboat worked overtime, probably wondering why it didn't choose a more straightforward job. The barge floated along, carrying this giant like it was a VIP. Meanwhile, the water just sat there, unimpressed by the oversized guest crashing through. The crew watched closely, hoping this crane didn't decide to take a surprise dive. One wrong move, and they'd be fishing for more than just trouble. Ah, yes. The genius at the wheel had mastered the art of bad decision-making. Who thought squeezing this oversized beast through a tiny village street was a good idea? That wheel was fighting for its life, barely clinging to the road, and here comes the mechanic with the magic wrench, thinking a few aggressive spins would fix it. All the hassle was for that one giant tank. This 15.8 meter wide and 17.5 meter tall metal beast didn't just take up lanes, it took over entire roads. And new roads were built just to let it crawl. Hope it was worth the trouble. Take a look at this beast hauling rusted giants down the road. It was an absolute powerhouse in action. The gigantic load shifted slightly as it navigated forward, pressing its weight firmly onto the vehicle. That colossal vehicle kept taking a sharp turn, its battered floor groaning under the weight, wheels hugging the curve with sheer determination. This vast load moved ahead slowly, its immense weight demanding attention with every inch it covered. Stay tuned because there's more heavy-duty action coming your way. A true heavyweight stood firm, as if daring the ground to challenge its might. It was an absolute dominance in stillness. Loaded up and ready, this wasn't just there to sit pretty. It was about to make its presence truly felt. This yellow vehicle tore through the rocks like it was crunching a snack, and it remained steady on rough terrain, ready to take on any challenge. It looked like it had just finished a challenging workout. These trucks weren't just carrying cargo, they were holding an entire neighborhood's worth of steel. Wide load? It's more like a block the whole road load. A convoy of oversized beasts carefully wound through the mountain road. If patience had a form, it would be these trucks taking their sweet time without a single worry. Even the mountains had to make way for this heavyweight champion. The road looked small, but the mission was big, delivering a beast that belonged in the depths of a mine. This truck was out there turning like a grandma, changing lanes 1 degree per hour. By the time it completed its turn, gas prices would have changed 5 times. It finally turned, but at what cost? It took so long that even the tree grew leaves just waiting. At that rate, snails were about to start offering speed lessons. An immense load was being transported through the street, with a massive truck carrying it. Several other trucks were in front and behind, carefully spotting the movement. The path ahead was extremely narrow, making it difficult for the truck to move. The drivers had to maneuver through the tight space without mistakes, carefully. Despite the muddy and slippery path, the truck managed to push through. The heavy load made it even more challenging, but it successfully navigated the difficult terrain. This truck wasn't just carrying cargo, it was dragging Monday's exhaustion. With spotter trucks hovering like helicopter parents, it looked like they were sneaking a spaceship through town. As the camera moved, reality hit, as that thing was absurdly long. At this point, it was less of a truck and more of a rolling traffic jam. The truck powered on through the mud, tight turns, and sheer chaos. It's just another day of moving a sizable industrial cylinder like it's no big deal. A heavy weight was lifted onto a giant truck, like a gym bro showing off. The struggle was real, Getting this monster on board was no joke. Transporting it was another nightmare. Long, heavy, and stubborn, it crawled through the night like a slow-motion action scene. Every turn felt like a boss fight. A superload was being lifted as a big satellite dish was strapped onto a specialized trailer. It looked like a UFO relocation program. Just don't ask about the signal strength. A dangerous bridge, cracking roads, and death-defying mountains made it a stress test for truck drivers. One wrong move might activate free-fall mode. If this madness entertained you, then don't ghost us. Stay tuned because this truck's journey was wilder than your last group chat argument. This most oversized heavy equipment in transit was thought to be capable of handling extremely dangerous road challenges. But it looked more like a metal monster struggling with a midlife crisis on a rocky treadmill. This truck carried a heavy load, making it far from being able to drive normally. It moved carefully through the tunnels. Every second was risky. But turning with that massive load was even riskier. Watch this. This truck carried a heavy load. What a tough ride. Steering this giant down a narrow, rugged path was no joke. One wrong move and the weight shifted. Disaster followed. It required precision, balance, and nerves of steel to stay in control. Two large industrial tanks were transported on specialized trucks, moving slowly along a narrow road. The enormous size of tanks demanded excellent coordination to ensure a safe journey. These extreme road challenges showed that transporting oversized equipment was no job for the weak. The high-stakes operations prove that not all heroes wear capes. Some drive huge machines through the most unforgiving terrains on Earth. From near-impossible maneuvers to gravity-defying moments, these drivers showed what it took to conquer the road. Don't miss out on more jaw-dropping transport videos. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated. See you soon. Thanks for watching.